Hey there, Justice 3 TV, it's me, Thorian, and I am very excited to give you guys my first dedicated build for a 16-second ultimate charge on your Interceptor. So, if you want to see my build, stay tuned. So here we are at the Forge to check out my ultimate build to be able to get that 16-second charge on your Interceptor's ultimate. Here are the statistics for the charge system. I'm going to put those right over here for you so you can check those out. Passively, I've increased the charge of the ultimate by 40%. Now, that doesn't seem like a huge amount, but it already charges pretty slow. This just picks up the speed on that, and that's actually pretty useful because there are instances of travel here and there, especially during contracts and strongholds a little bit, but it's just a nice boost to the charge itself. The biggest part of this build is the 700% charge that you can get with the Viper's Bite here for every enemy that you hit. So technically, the speed at which you can actually charge your ultimate meter is infinite. In an ideal situation with enough enemies there, you could charge your bar instantly sometimes, and that 16 seconds is really just an average. In order to be able to get that Viper's Bite moving as much as possible, I've increased the charges of that Viper's Bite by 200%. And with that 200%, I've increased the right bumper charge speed by another whopping 46%. And when it charges, it gets all of those charges back. So I'll be able to go one Viper's Bite after another until I get the desired effect of charging the entire thing all over again. That 16-second charge will be in the videos that I'll be able to show you in the testing that I did for this build, so you can see what's going on. Now, I will say this, the mode that I actually tested it on was a simple, quick, and easy Grandmaster I contract. In that contract, I got close to 20 charges for my ultimate in one sitting. 16 seconds just so happened to be the fastest of that run. Hey, but don't take my word for it. Here are the clips of the charges that I did on that run.
Looks like we got some fragments here to collect. Be careful in your search. Understood. One down. You're doing well. This work is getting done. It's tight. Stay right here while I find the right script frequencies. No clean points needed. Got it. danger again. Finish those, Dominion. We can't have them creating this kind of danger again.
Not finished yet. Stay alert. Weird bugs. Luminary. Still going?
The stronghold run that I did for you to be able to count how many ultimates I could get up in one shot in the Tyrant Mines Grandmaster 1, I'll show that at the end of the video. We should really get into what traits I put together to make this build. And for any of you viewers out there that might be a little more brand new to the game, I would ignore the titles of the masterwork pieces of my gear, because mostly the traits that go with the gear are completely randomized. Now, after the update, it will be much more finalized and be more useful per item. However, it's still pretty random, and you have to come up with a pretty good collection in order to be able to put together a build that's appropriate for yourself. So if you have a focus, stick to it, collect it, don't salvage just everything, and you will have the desired build that you have in no time. Firstly, let's go over the component that I use for the passive skills. Now, I only have one component that actually helps me out in this, and that's my Talisman of Power masterwork. And that increases the strike system damage by 10%. Any right bumper hit increases left bumper damage by 50% for 5 seconds. Now, that is my other power, which is going to be my charge. Now, using the charge is pretty awesome. But the big one here is that I got real lucky and got 2 ultimate speed charges. And I'm getting 15% in speed and 25% in speed to charge that. Now, bringing it up to that 40% passive charge. Now here we are at the assault system, and the one I chose for the assault system is Rainier's Charge. This is going to give me 100% more charges for my gear. That includes this ability and my strike system. And here we are at the strike system, the bread and butter of the ultimate build. And the gear I am choosing is Viper's Bite. This is the big one where it's going to spray cone of acid, hitting an enemy, adds 700% to that charge. Now that cone is actually pretty wide, so you can hit a cluster of enemies pretty easily and get tons and tons of charge. You're talking 700%. On average, you can get 3-4 guys at a time when they're clustered. You're talking, you know, anywhere from 700 to 1400 or more percent in that charge. Also, a bonus trait to this Viper's Bite is the 100% charges. More charges that you have in the Viper's Bite, the more chances you have to charge that meter. Last but not least, for my build, I actually use the traits off my weapons to increase this build's efficiency. Now, the first weapon that I chose was the Divine Vengeance. Now, it fires 4-shot bursts. Every third weak point hit causes large fire explosions. That in of itself is pretty nifty in combat. The one trait that I really needed was the ability to increase the speed of the Viper's Bite. Now, along with the charges, I need that Viper's Bite to charge pretty quickly in order to be able to get an even faster ultimate charge. Now here, I'm getting 28% increase. And I got another little bonus trait of the ultimate, getting an extra 10% damage. Since that is the focus, getting a little extra damage on top of that awesome damaging ultimate. Especially when you pair this guy up with someone who loves using a Storm Javelin. You're going to be comboing damage out the wazoo. And for my second weapon, I chose the Radiant Fortress. It's a shotgun, not usually my weapon of choice for my Interceptor. I love the unending battle for the speed and a little extra kick in damage. But here I'm getting gear percent speed. Now, when I was originally looking for was just some more speed in the right bumper section of that charge, but getting a gear one, so much better, because now you're dealing with strike system and the assault system. And I'm getting 18% on top of it here. So I'll go ahead and pop up these stats one last time for you so you can check them out. Feel free to hit that space bar, pause the screen if you need to. Lay down an image right here for the pieces of equipment that I use for this build, but it's not going to do you too much good because, like I was saying before, the traits that come with each one of those pieces are going to be pretty randomized, and you're really looking for the traits, not the items. I prepared this little treat for you guys right here at the end of this build video, and that is a run into the Tyrant Mines stronghold at Grandmaster I to see how many charges in a single run I can get for you.
working. I'm halfway there.
It looked like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic. The eggs were filled with acid. They're using the relic's weapon.
Let's check the second relic. Put your theory to the test. Relic's up ahead.
This one's a lot more crowded.
Eggs everywhere. You used to use the legs.
I'll pat myself on the back after I dealt with the scars.
More scars, freelancer. thing is probably what's producing the eggs. If we don't get rid of the source, the scars will come back and keep making weapons. Right, finding a way underground.
Already done. There. That door should lead underground.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out?
Or
Did you just yell?
oh, the big bad corpus agent's not a fan of scorpions. What? Look, Robert, the likability isn't up for debate.
Wow. It's almost peaceful down here.
Scorpions can't swim, right? Don't worry, Seb. I won't let them get you. That's a lot of eggs.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette.
I don't want that omelette. What is that?
Another relic. Careful, freelancer. It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that. What do we do now?
Gather the fragments and silence the relic.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards left the blow.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Hey, freelancer. More scars. I know. These look extra powerful. Hey, doors still closed and there's guns everywhere.
You don't think it should work itself out?
Good.
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the center. Any interference will cause the energy to spike again.
don't think our friend like that. Too bad. I'm just getting started.
It got quiet.
That will stay that way. It's pretty dark in here.
Throw down a flare. It'll help.
You freelancers have tools for everything. Activity. Oh, that's just wrong.
Remember? It's only a scorpion, but bigger.
A lot bigger. You're not helping. It would be unprofessional to cut the link, right?
Highly.
Damn it.
Next time, I expect big-ass bugs to be in a mission briefing.
Even Corvus doesn't know everything.
is unnerving.
Well, how many beers it'll take me to forget that thing? I'm gonna go with 8.
One for each of the tyrant's legs.
No more scorpion talk, please.